喺邊啊？
中眼啊喂！要問。中眼喺邊好？點知啊？你唔係睇下咩？
啊！
有啲喎。落去啊！落去啊！
嗰個啊！
好古仔。我要玩呢個。開門口啊？開唔開到先？開下先，翻嚟先啊！開下先啊！四個人，我哋4個人試下。喂，男仔過嚟幫手。我起咗呢個先。我集翻。喂，屌啊！走！超埋架車！你上嚟搞掂佢！
The police will, fire the tear gas, maybe some bullets, and then came out, maybe over 100, and maybe some of us will get caught. Of course, they will get beaten. We used to, call the rule of law is our value, but now I don't really find it here, So this is one thing I'm defending. Also, we used to have a lot of freedom. When I was young, I never thought of, I could not say something. But now I find it's really, maybe for something I cannot really say, for example, fuck China. Maybe I can say it today, but I'm afraid I cannot say it tomorrow. You may find a team of police just secretly coming. You can just report to the group, to Telegram group, and then tell the others, there are a lot of police out there. So you got to be careful. So maybe soon will be the end of tonight.
兄弟，莫威耍，有彈珠，小心啊！好再射彈珠！街貨嚟㗎，幾時啊？街貨嚟㗎，收皮啦！嚟啦，大隻啲，咩事？啊！你做乜嘢？我路過㗎，我路過㗎，你撞到我想救命啊！可唔可以講兩句啊？想問下，係周個身都整親啊！而家又鼻又整親，腳又整親，腳趾公又痛，驚唔驚？對於警察嗰個做法，即係突然間衝入嚟，梗係離譜啦！你係咪要忽視個市民啊嘛，大佬？再出佢。
situation keeps worsening every day, and now we can't stand it anymore. Only democracy can save us from this disaster of the colonial government of China. People are finally willing to sacrifice for Hong Kong. Because of this, we see a hope. You see how the government already start purging everyone. People can get fired for the political stance. People can get politically censored. So just imagine what will happen if we fail. I mean, Hong Kong will become officially a police state.
今次我就開咗個電視機睇，我見到呢度咁熱，見到我仔喺3樓嗰度，俾幾個差佬撳住喺地下，我唔知發生咩事，我即刻衝落嚟，因為我今日都病咗，我都唔舒服，我即刻衝咗落嚟。
你對於警察今日嗰個做法你點睇？
懶暴，見到後生仔佢就暴，佢唔理你有冇着黑衫着咩衫，見到後生仔有冇服，有冇咩裝備，有冇肌肉，佢咩都暴。見到啲後生仔，我個仔乜都冇，淨係落嚟食嘢嘅啫，着條短褲，唔係着黑色衫。走啊！走啊！我未買嘢啦！你身冇毒嘅。走啊！富樂街，行翻，富樂街，行翻，我啊！
After suffering from police brutality, Hong Kong has realized that how decayed the political system in Hong Kong is. And ever since early July, we had been asking for our 5 demands, including withdrawing the extradition bill, not to call our protests as riots, release all the protesters, introduce an independent commission of inquiry that will investigate into police brutality. And most importantly, it is about introducing a universal suffrage that will allow us to elect our own lawmakers and also our own chief executive.
帶你走啊！
行咗先啦，行咗先。
打側個頭，打側個頭。
誒，你話仆街啊！
點解可以入呢間餐廳啊？問咗個職員啊，入去坐下先啦。
有冇紙巾？有冇紙巾？催淚煙中咗咧，會有呼吸有少少困難嘅，使幫佢洗眼。洗咗。好。
名我有啲哮喘㗎。
個心口都痛咗，心口痛咁緊要。試啊！
Today is 1st of October and it's the National Day of China, namely the 70th anniversary of the establishment of the so-called People's Republic of China. Instead of having China celebrating it, we would like to show that we are against China's rule in Hong Kong. The British handed us over to China like a bag of potatoes. They sold us to China after 20 years of Chinese rule. Where is the democracy? So the only way out was to go into the buildings surrounding us, the shops surrounding us. It's pretty panic, and I feel like we could have done more. We should fight back. These days we've just been escaping a lot of times. We didn't really have the chance to fight back. A protester in Tsuen Wan was shot in the chest within just arm's distance by the police. Real bullets, not rubber bullet or sponge bullet.
As a responsible government, we have the duty to use all available means in order to stop the escalating violence and restore calmness in society, which is essentially an anti-mask law. We believe that the new law will create a deterrent effect against masked violent protesters and rioters, and will assist the police in its law enforcement.
People's mentality has been stronger and stronger, and they become less and less afraid of the police. The violence conducted by the police has also been strengthening over time. So given that we are not giving up, we will just upgrade our means in response. They put on the map so people who that may be tear gas served.
向前行嘅舉手啊！向前行舉手！舉手！向前行嘅舉手！慢慢逐個嚟啊！好危險雞度，高雞度。唔好睇戲。咩老婆？老婆。咩啊？死狗！我叫你前面嗰步得㗎，唔使望咁遠嘅。諗住呢度收好啲喺呢度落啊！走！喂，側邊男仔咪快啲啦！商場1樓坐地鐵。
最重要嘅咧，就係要同警方講一講，問一問，因為究竟發生咗咩事情，我想聽一聽佢哋講嘅，然後我要話俾你聽我要講嘅嘢。
It started yesterday. The Hong Kong protesters want to start a boycott to stop people from getting work. When they set roadblocks near CU campus, the police tried to come into CHK and arrest people.
Two of my friends were arrested yesterday.
我哋而家咧叫警察離開，撤出校園。
The police came inside CHK to catch CHK students and drop them out.
佢留喺度俾校長行過，但係所有人請大家留。
我哋睇唔到，佢哋都睇唔到。好撚驚。做咩啊？你哋要借啊！
The tears and anger gathered us today here in CHK. I'm not thinking that the democracy will come easily, but we need to pay a price to earn it.
I want to protect my home, this place that let me grow up, and so many happy memories happen here. When I was young, people always said that Hong Kong people are very cool. They only look at money. But I can see that Hong Kong people is not that selfish. They really care about others. So that's why they come to here and support us and also support Hong Kong.
Hong Kong is not China yet.
太大嚿未必去到咁遠喎。太大嚿 OK 啊，太大嚿反而唔會俾風吹啊，明唔明啊？得。可以射高少少嘅角度，咁啊差唔多。And now we are being surrounded by the police, and we have no way out right now.
It's like a siege, I guess. With the police brutality over the 5 months, it's evolved from a political problem into an ethical one. Whereas some people would not have come out or would not have been this angry against the government and police. And you see over there, two armored cars are trying to cross over for the, I don't know how many times today. And once again, the students or protesters are fending them off with the fire truck. I don't see any way of getting out of here right now. Go. The situation of Holly is a disaster now, and we want to save them.
I once had some plans of my life ahead. I wanted to be a teacher, to teach in secondary school, to teach liberal studies or English. But then, ever after the movement broke out, I was not not spending time to plan on my own future, having a very, very strong political stance and like being active and participating in political activities. I don't feel like I could be a teacher anymore because I guess none of the schools is like willing to hire such a teacher. And then another thing that changed would be, I also feel like none of the neutral or like pro-Beijing companies are willing to hire me anymore. What the movement changed me is that I'm more determined to be sacrificing. Yes, and I believe that is also the thought of many of the Hong Kong teenagers and young adults. We don't even have the time to think about our future because like some of us got arrested, some of us fled to other countries, and for us who stayed are still taking onto the streets every weekend, every week, participating in events or activities that could be leading to arrests or detentions or even like years of imprisonment. And we often have the feeling that if we are losing the fight and we could no longer safeguard the future of the city, it is meaningless for us to think about our own future, because when our own hometown, our own city is like decayed, falling apart, what's the meaning of us to think of our own future? So today, there are a group of Hong Kongers organizing a rally in support of Uyghurs, and all of a sudden, riot police stormed inside the Edinburgh Place where the assembly goes on, and they're asking all the protesters to leave the area immediately while they're actually blocking all the ways out. And you can see there is actually a very massive amount of riot police right here. We don't even have the right to organize rallies and protests on Christmas Eve or on Christmas. Some of the riot police arrested one of the protesters. And they just raised the black flag showing that they can Yes, they just fired tear gas.
From Mexico. Mexico. You come the hotel here and 2 blocks.
Like the experience left me very traumatized, and I believe that it's also the feeling of many of the Hong Kong protesters. And I'm not getting enough sleep. I'm sleeping at 9 a.m. in the morning and waking up at 1 p.m. I'm not eating on time, and I did not allow myself enough space and time to handle my negative emotions, and because I was too occupied and too busy with other stuff. And every day you've got new stuff that makes you depressed.
It's really quiet here. On 29th of March, a ban of group gathering of more than 4 people has been enforced by the Hong Kong government. But in reality, I would say this has really little effect on the protests, because protests have largely been put on hold 2 months already, even before the ban. Because of our collective experience in SARS, and because of our distrust in the Hong Kong government and the Chinese government for obvious reasons, we knew from the very beginning that this threat of the pandemic is for real. But our self-initiated social distancing also means that our protest has no choice but to be put on hold. There hasn't been a large-scale protest since late January. It's now the darkest time for Hong Kong and also for the world in general. But it is also a time when the politics of the world is rapidly changing, possibly against China's favor. So although there's little we can do right now, in long term, I believe we still have the chance to win.
你好，有冇興趣有張睇下關於國安法㗎？你好，有冇興趣有張睇下關於國安法㗎？
The security law punishes activities that are deemed subversive and separatist. The law would also allow Chinese security organs to work in Hong Kong openly and directly.
I believe I must be in danger after the implementation of the law, which could be causing us like 20 to 30 years of imprisonment in the prison, or we will even be sent back to mainland China.
It should be accurate to say that general reaction to the security law is fear. I believe many people should be deleting their old Facebook posts for fear of future revenge against them.
I actually feel very stressful and panic right now because I've just left from the police station because one of my friends was arrested just now in the name of inciting secession of state, and she is actually a 16 years old girl. So I was at the police station with her mother just now. You can actually expect that they will be arresting more politicians, activists, or random processes in the upcoming days. I do think the protest will continue in many different ways, and I know that Hong Kongers are exploring ways to sustain our social movement, for example by organizing general strikes, for example by trying to win seats over the Legislative Council election. No matter how serious the pandemic is, no matter how brutal the CCP has gone, we will try to hang in there. Yes.